As I said in my speech last week, Madam Deputy Speaker, I'm not a Muslim, and I reject any attempt to tell me I cannot say what I think about any religion. No ideas or beliefs should be above criticism or scrutiny.
Mr. Speaker, there can only be one law in this country, and it's the law that applies to each of us and all of us.
There's a saying, do unto others what you want others to do to you. You guys keep coming out, the Sharia law this, the Sharia law that, Islam this, Islam that. Meanwhile, you cannot entertain a Christian coming to a Muslim country to do this. When a Christian comes into a Muslim country to preach the Bible, his life will be snatched away from him. So what are you people talking about? Where is this religion of peace you guys keep claiming and chanting? What are you people talking about? There is only one law in Britain, and that is the Britain law. You cannot impose your Sharia law into Britain and expect them to obey the law. If you can't cope with the laws in Britain, go back to your countries. There are many Muslim countries that would encourage you to practice your Sharia law. Don't impose it on people in Britain. Sharia law will not be obeyed and followed in Britain, and that is period. If you cannot obey it, go back to your country. Afghanistan is there, Pakistan is there. There are so many of these countries out there. Why not live in your countries? Why come and invade another man's country and impose them to obey your laws? Thank you all so much for the 300 subscribers. I'm so excited. I'm so elated. Thank you for this growing community. I don't take any of it for granted. I appreciate the constant love. I do not take your love for granted at all. You all are my besties. I'm so excited. So today's another video on Islam and their Sharia law. Let's get right to it.
This bill also presents an opportunity for the government to support my amendment, New Clause 108, to protect freedom of expression. This is urgently needed because existing legislation has been manipulated to create a blasphemy law for the protection of Islam from criticism and protest. As I said in my speech last week, Madam Deputy Speaker, I'm not a Muslim, and I reject any attempt to tell me I cannot say what I think about any religion. No ideas or beliefs should be above criticism or scrutiny.
Gentleman for giving away. Can I ask him what he would like me to tell the family of Muhammad Salim, the 8-year-old grandfather who was stabbed simply for being a Muslim?
That was obviously an appalling crime, and I remember it very well, but I don't think that has anything to do with what I'm saying right now in this debate. And look, in a free society, in a pluralistic society, we have to be free to criticise ideas. There are laws to protect people, but we cannot have laws that protect ideas from scrutiny or criticism. But Islamophobia, as I was saying, is a made-up and nonsensical concept that aligns protection of individuals from hatred with the protection of ideas and beliefs, and is therefore, in my view, completely unacceptable.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Leader of the House mentioned religious freedom, but that freedom mustn't be allowed to conceal the malevolence of Sharia courts, which are operating in places across our constituencies. Around 85, indeed, were described as the Western capital of Sharia law. Although they have no legitimate lawful authority, these courts are reinforcing all kinds of horrors, including discrimination against women, non-believers, polygamy, and other such things. It's time there was a debate on this in the House, for we need to shine a light on this malevolence. Mr. Speaker, there can only be one law in this country, and it's the law that applies to each of us and all of us.
One law. There's only one law in Britain, the Britain law. No other law will be entertained. Nobody will entertain or obey the Sharia law. When you are in Britain, obey their laws. Don't come and impose your Sharia law on the Britain people. There is only one law in Britain, and that is the Britain law. A Sharia law will not be entertained.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I and the government would agree absolutely with the point that the honourable gentleman finished his question on, because the rule of law is sovereign in this country. There is no other law which takes precedence over that. And he's absolutely right in saying what should take precedence. And I'm sure, again, that there'll be many colleagues who will at least share some of his concerns, and should he seek a debate, then I'm sure he will have support for that.
Does the new Secretary of State for Justice recognise Sharia law and Sharia courts in the United Kingdom? Yes or no?
Sharia law forms no part of the law of England and Wales, but in common with Christian, Jewish and other courts of faith where people choose to put themselves before those councils, that's part of the religious tolerance that is an important British value.
Yeah. Let me ask you a simple question. Yeah. Muslims or the Quran does not allow even Christians to preach from the Bible in nations such as Kuwait. You understand that? Islam prevents Christians from spreading the gospel amongst the Muslims. You know this, yeah?
The one Muhammad had. No, I understand good.
You don't understand. Hello, sir, are you Muslim, sir? Where are you visiting? Where are you from?
I live in Italy, but I'm from Kosovo.
From Kosovo. But you live in Italy?
Yeah.
Can I please suggest to you that Islam does not have a place in the entire Western world at all? Because in the Western world, we believe in reasoning.
I don't speak good English.
Speaking good English, that's good enough. Do you appreciate that in the UK and in Italy, you can spread Islam? You know this, yeah? You can spread Islam.
You want to say that why is Christianity not spreading in other countries like Saudi Arabia and stuff, right?
Particularly, my question is, Islam does not allow non-Muslims to challenge Islam to make Muslims leave Islam. You know this?
Yes.
And do you know what punishment is when exactly? So punishment for non-Muslims, if the non-Muslims make Muslims apostatize, is that, yeah?
My great-grandfather killed his daughter because she wanted to marry a Christian.
Wow. Did you guys just hear what he said? He said his great-grandfather murdered his granddaughter because she wanted to convert to a Christian. She wanted to marry a Christian spouse and convert. Oh my God. Where is the religion of freedom? Where is this religion of peace we're talking about? Why would you keep taking people's lives because they don't accept your faith? Religion is not by force. Spirituality is not a by force thing. It is a personal thing. When we are adults, we have the right to choose what faith we want to practice. Why would you kill your own child, your own blood, because of religion? This is actually crude. Oh my God. Where is this religion of peace we keep talking about? Islam is this, Islam is that, Islam preaches this, Islam preaches that. Islam preaches war. That is all I say. Islam preaches chaos. That is all I say. It is the opposite of peace. So where is this peace you guys keep talking about?
You should not follow a religion which threatens even non-Muslims with death penalty. If you make them apostatize. How can you follow that religion? How is that a sensible religion?
What do you want to do?
You need to leave Islam.
I don't, because I like angry.
How can you like killing others? Or not?
My business.
My dear friend, please listen. There is only one version of Islam. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The Quran informs.
Yes.
In this regard, there is only one version. According to the Quran, yes, it is death penalty.
No, according to Sunnah, not Quran.
No, according to the Quran. I'll show you from the Quran. Yeah, please.
And you will show him from the Bible as well.
Is that your agent? Yeah, so please stay quiet. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you very much. Stay quiet. Please stay quiet. Thank you.
They are always the angry ones. They are always the defensive ones. They are always the ones that are being attacked. Meanwhile, there's proof everywhere. When you go against their Sharia laws, most times the penalty is death. Your life will be snatched away for coming to preach the Bible in a Muslim country. So, what are we talking about? And meanwhile, they will never accept what they are doing is wrong.
You know. Please, thank you.
But you know. React to the stupid. React to stupid. But you know what he's going to show you.
Please listen. Please listen. Surah Al-Baqarah. Stay away from the camera. Please stay away. I don't know. No, he does this deliberately. Surah Al-Baqarah. Surah Al-Baqarah, Ayat 217. They ask you about the sacred month, about fighting therein. Say fighting therein is great, but averting people from the way of Allah, i.e. making people apostatize.
Okay.
I'll finish.
Okay,
please, let's finish. Fighting therein is great sin, but averting people from the way of Allah, i.e. Islam, and making them disbelief in Him and Al-Masjid, in this case Masjid Al-Haram, and the expulsion of its people therefrom are greater in the sight of Allah. Fitna is greater than killing. So this ayat says, if there is fitna, that is a terrible act. So if I cause fitna, if I as a non-Muslim cause fitna by making Muslims apostatize, this one says Muslims should fight and kill.
Yes.
So the Quran says this, not some other random literature. The Quran says this. And if you take the Quran seriously, you and I should already agree this is a horrible, irrational religion that doesn't dictate terms with Muslims alone, but even with non-Muslims. It's a horrible religion. Do you agree?
No.
What do you mean no? Please explain this now. What don't you agree in this?
You read it.
Yeah.
It's this. I can't say anything.
So you're happy if I get a death penalty, you're happy. Because I'm a Christian and I'm making people leave Islam.
I just don't care.
You don't care if people...
If my own father will leave Islam and he would get punished for that, I don't care.
You don't care?
Wallahi, I don't care.
This is horrible. You don't care? You don't care?
Why is that bad?
Oh, sorry, sir. If your father leaves Islam because of me, you don't care.
I know. Why is that bad?
I know, my dear friend. If your father leaves Islam because of me, you don't care.
Okay.
You don't care.
No.
But this fellow, some other Muslim fellow wants to kill me. Do you care about that?
It's not my beer. I don't care.
So if someone else wants to kill me, you don't care?
I've seen the people dying in front of my eyes.
But please listen, this is the poignant question. If I make your father leave Islam,
yes,
and therefore some Muslim wants to kill me,
yes,
do you care about this or not?
No.
He has outrightly said it out. Wow, he doesn't care. This is the attitude all of them have. They don't care if lives have been taken away. They kill, they snatch people's lives away because this is a general practice. They don't care. They give this I don't care attitude. Oh my goodness. Did you guys hear what he said? This is a religion of war. Do unto others what others should do to you. You want to impose your Sharia law in Britain and you don't want Christians to preach the Bible in your own countries. Are you even listening to yourself? How selfish can you guys be? Why do you think your laws is superior to every other laws in existence? When you are in Britain, obey the Britain laws. When you are in your country, you can practice your Sharia laws. You cannot come and impose your culture, your belief on people that are in Britain because you live there for over the time. Respect people's opinions. You need to respect how people feel. Give them freedom to make their choice, to have a choice of faith, to decide what faith they want to practice. Don't come and snatch people's lives away from them because they don't choose your faith. I want to know what you all think about this. I'll see you in the next one. To this.